It's just not right for a parent to treat the kids like that. Anybody that does that to a child or to anybody, I hope they get their due punishment.
Tyler and Krista Schindley were a well-to-do Christian couple who lived in a $450,000 suburban home in Griffin, Georgia. They ran a spa business and have been foster parents for over a decade. With a total of 8 children, including 5 adopted and 3 biological sons from previous partners. The couple seemed picture-perfect, living the American dream, being regular churchgoers who neighbors praised. But that image would quickly change when a Good Samaritan found a 10-year-old after escaping the house.
Frantic Communications, how can I help you?
Hello. I just had a child walk past my house alone, a small child, and we went out to see if everything was okay. And he's asking us not to tell his parents. I don't know who his parents are, but he's asking to please not take him home.
Okay, what address are you at? Okay, you said it was a child that walked your house and asked you not to call the parents?
He didn't come to my house. We saw a small child walking on the road by himself, so we went out to see if everything was okay, and he's in our driveway right now.
Okay, and you said a child told you not to call his parents?
Yeah, and begged us not to take him home, which I'm not sure where home is.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, and the juvenile, is he black, white, or Hispanic?
He's white.
And do you know what color shirt he has on?
He has on a blue shirt.
Blue shirt? Okay, and you said he's still sitting in his driveway?
He's in our driveway, yes.
And do you know about how old he appears to be?
He looks maybe 6.
6? Okay. All right, and what's your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, go ahead and get units sent out. Have you been exposed to COVID-19?
No, ma'am.
All right, well, get them out. They'll be there soon, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
The Good Samaritan ushered the youngster into her garage even as Krista raced out of her home and drove around the neighborhood anxiously looking for him. The 47-year-old woman was a franchise owner of the Peachtree City True Rest Float Spa, and 46-year-old Tyler was listed as a manager at an Under Armour store. The parents were arrested and charged with attempted manslaughter and child abuse. The victim's half-brother, 20-year-old Ethan Washburn, has also been charged with aggravated assault. After being found, the child was rushed to a local hospital where police said he was stabilized and transferred to a second hospital for further treatment. Before the arrests, the Schindleys had only minor traffic offenses on their record. The couple is accused of causing cruel and excessive physical and mental pain. The Schindleys appeared in the county superior court, where prosecutors argued they had gained significant financial benefits from fostering children and had access to funds that could help them flee the jurisdiction. The judge denied bail, citing the seriousness of the offenses and the threat they pose to others. The offenses are said to have spanned from 2020 to 2023. Their next court hearing has yet to be scheduled. This family also seemed to be living the American dream, but their story morphed into something you typically only see in a movie. Lindsay and Robert Shiver had been married for 13 years when the relationship started to fall apart. What would first seem like basic domestic disputes later turned into an exotic love affair and an alleged hired hitman.
A murder conspiracy case that stretches from Georgia to the Bahamas, and it centers around a bitter divorce and a bizarre love triangle between Lindsay Shiver, her Bahamian lover, and her husband, whom she'd allegedly hired a hitman to kill.
Lindsay, a former pageant queen turned stay-at-home mom, and Robert Shiver, an ex-college football star now leading an insurance business, lived in Thomasville, Georgia with their 3 sons. As the relationship deteriorated, there would be multiple 911 calls from both sides, the first on February 20th, when Robert called the police.
City Dispatch?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Robert Shiver. How are you doing today? I have got a potential situation that I wanted to guidance on, or just give you guys a heads up. Are you the right person to speak to on that?
It depends, sir, what the situation is.
All right. So my wife just got back from out of town, and I believe that we are heading down the road of getting divorced. She just cut my cell phone off from Verizon. She called Verizon and had my cell phone disconnected. So I'm calling on my mother's phone at the Verizon store because the only way I can get it back active is if she releases it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go over to our home. And with the way that she is behaving, I feel like she might try and call the police to try to set me up as soon as I get there. And I wanted to try to get out in front of it because I'm not a risk of, doing anything crazy. I'm just trying to go to my house, and if I need to pack my stuff and leave, I can pack my stuff and leave. But my kids are there, and, I don't want it to be presented as she goes and screams bloody murder, calls the police over nothing to try to have me carried off in a police car.
Is there the police will usually, like, if you want an escort to pack, like, personal belongings or something, they'll stand by for, like, 15 minutes. But if you're, like, trying to get all of your stuff or something, it's going to take longer than that. You usually have to go through the sheriff's department and make arrangements to go over there and have a deputy go with you.
Well, nothing has been sent or said where I can't go over to my home. I'm just really concerned about her trying to set me up, when I get on property to, I don't want her to try to play this game of she's a victim when I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So if she calls the police and says, my husband is irate, can you please come over here, and the law comes over there, what is the risk of me getting carted off in a police car in front of my kids?
I can't answer that question for you, sir. Most of the time, they're just going to ask one of you to leave the property to de-escalate things. I can have somebody give you a call. What is your address? Okay, and what was your name?
My name is Robert. My last name is Shiver.
Shiver?
Shiver, like shiver.
Okay, and what is her name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay?
A-Y, yes, ma'am.
Okay. You said you just got back into town. Were you working on town or something?
I've been working all day today. She just got back into town from a long weekend.
Okay. What's the phone number that we can have someone give you a phone call at? All right, I'll have one of the supervisors give you a phone call, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
In response to these events, Robert filed for divorce on April 5th, seeking custody of their children and ownership of their shared home. In her counterclaims, Lindsay cited allegations of physical and mental cruelty. Less than 10 days later, the situation again took an unusual turn when Robert reported receiving a USB thumb drive containing photos of Lindsay.
Almost getting 911.
Listen, I do not have an emergency right now, but I was wanting to just kind of put you guys on notice of something that has been kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the right person to talk to, or do I need to be transferred to dispatch, or what?
This is dispatch.
Okay, so today at work, I had a letter delivered to me, and it was a USB thumb drive, and it didn't have a return to sender address or anything, and so I plugged the thumb drive in, and it had all these pictures of my wife on it from about 2 weeks ago when we were out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thumb drive was delivered to my parents' house about a mile away in an unmarked envelope. And it looks like, glancing through, that it was almost like a private investigator, but we have spoken with everybody that we know, and they've all confirmed that they don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
So I don't know if we have like a potential stalker or some lunatic that's in town that has been following my wife around. But we just wanted to let you guys know it might do, or we would like it if you guys could maybe, just make a couple of passes by our home tonight. We just kind of went through and checked the whole house ourselves.
Okay, do you want to get a report as well?
I don't think we need a report just yet because we're trying to find out more information on who took the pictures, and we're talking to some people that have some security cameras to see if we can get a picture of the individual first.
Okay, were the pictures taken while you were out of the country, or were they taken while you were here?
They were taken while we were out of the country in the Bahamas, and for spring break a couple of weeks ago, and they just showed up at my office today that was mailed to me, but then an envelope was also, an unmarked envelope was placed in my parents' mailbox with the same thumb drive.
Yes, sir. Okay, what's your guys' address? Okay, can I have your name, sir?
Robert.
And your last name?
And Shiver, like Shiver.
All right. And a good phone number for you is, okay, you want them to kind of ride around your residence a few times throughout the night?
Yeah, if that's okay. I mean, we left so they can kind of patrol both sides. I think would be just some extra reassurance that, everything's okay. We've got our alarm on.
Okay, yes, sir. All right.
Everybody's good, so, but just wanted to see if you guys can help with that.
Yes, sir. We'll definitely have them do that.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And 3 weeks after that, Lindsay was accused of tailgating her mother-in-law. Again, Robert called 911.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Hey, can I speak with somebody at the city police, please?
Yes, sir. What's the location?
So we're having a dispute. I've got our kids and trying to figure out how to handle the situation that I'm in.
Okay, so it's more of a custody dispute?
Well, my wife and I are going through a divorce, and I've been gone all weekend, and she just threatened myself and my mother to bring the kids back, and her mom is saying to take her to the ER or check her into some mental some institution because we think she's having kind of a midlife crisis mental breakdown, so it's super unstable, and she just followed my parents when they left the house trying to find the kids, and deputies were called, but since we live in the city, they said we need to call Thomasville City instead of the county.
Okay. Did your parents have the children with them?
No, the kids are with me.
Okay. And what's the wife's name?
Lindsay, Lindsay.
What's your name?
Robert.
And what's your callback number? And you said you made contact with the deputies who told you to call PD?
No. When she was following my parents and sister, they called the police because she was following them. And they stopped her, but they said there wasn't really anything that they could do. And then so now my parents are at a friend's house, and it looks like I've got a tracker on my wife's car. It looks like she's at Publix. And then we were coming back in from being with her family. Me and the boys were from this weekend, and she just went off the handle. And so I'm trying to buy some time and not take my kids into an unstable environment, number one, and she's going off the rails without seeing the kids. So I'm just trying to figure out how to approach this because I don't want the boys to see the mom get, carted off in a police car if she starts showing out, or kind of what the best course of action is to handle this.
I see. Okay. So are you wanting to do a report? Are you want to make a report about any kind of threats or anything from her?
I want kind of the best advice to give right now in terms of what to do.
Okay. So you just want to know what to do as far as basically handing off your children between you and her, with her having a...
Well, I don't want to hand them off. I mean, I have filed for divorce. It is not official yet. So it's not a custody deal right now.
Okay. Now that's what I'm trying to understand as far as when you say taking them to a situation.
We're in the middle of divorce. So what I'm saying is, I'm about to pull up to the house here in a little bit with the kids, and she is got her own mother saying that, she's threatened my mom and me, and she's not in a stable position. So I can take the kids to a friend's house and sit down with the deputy and try to talk to her amicably, but I don't know the best way to try to go down this road, I guess.
Are you supposed to be meeting her at all to get the kids back? Or to get the kids back?
We're still living in the same house, even though I've filed for divorce. We haven't had our first hearing on who gets the home and temporary custody of the kids. So we're in this kind of limbo phase right now. So I'm just trying to figure out, what to do. Just the safest thing for everybody right now.
Okay. I will have them.
Could you have the deputy call me, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can give you a phone call, and then it'll look like it's coming from an unrestricted number. Then.
Okay, that'll be perfect. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're welcome. Bye.
All right, thanks.
Sure.
Yes. I need the police, please, to be sent to my house.
What's your address?
May need to be the sheriff's department.
Okay. And what's the problem there?
We've got a daughter-in-law who's going through a divorce, and she's following me right now. And I know she does have a pistol possibly in her car, and she is threatening that we will not get to see her kids because my son is on his way back from having been out of town with the kids.
Okay, is your call at that location right now?
She's on my tail following me right now.
What is her name, ma'am?
Lindsay.
S-E-Y?
S-A-Y.
What kind of vehicle is she in?
She's not well. It's a Escalade. It's a black Escalade with black windows, and we're on Pine Tree Boulevard passing the college right now. And her mother told me to call y'all because they've talked to her, and they said she is really crazy. She's not well, and she's on I don't know what kind of drugs.
How old is she, ma'am?
She's 35.
35?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your name, ma'am?
My name is Robin Shiver.
And what is she so upset about because your son took the kids and went out of town?
Well, they're going through a divorce, and she went to the Bahamas and just got back in town Friday night, and my son has had the 3 boys are with him, and they're coming back to town to see their mom because they still live in the same house. However, she's lost it thinking that we're keeping the kids away from her, and we're not. He was coming home.
Okay, do you know if she uses drugs or does she have any diagnosed medical problems?
She does. She's got some issues, but she's taken Adderall, and I don't know what else she's been taking these last 4 days. She was in the Bahamas from Tuesday to Friday, and we're afraid she could have gotten hold of something down there to make her so erratic today. But she is mentally not well. We've seen that for the last several months. Alan, will you call Robert and tell him that she's still behind me, but don't talk out loud because he was taking the kids to the house, and I don't want the police to get there at the same time. And that's my husband. We're not, Alan. We're not. They're going to show up at the house, and they're going to get her. And just say, hey, Lindsay's following us to our house.
What kind of vehicle are you in, Miss Robin?
I'm in a white Lexus, and we're probably 5 minutes out from my house. We just went around the roundabout.
And you said you're in a white
Lexus SUV. Yeah, it's an SUV. It's a big one, LX 570. We're crossing the railroad tracks right here at the old Southwestern. Okay. Oh, they're saying don't go to our house. Keep driving around. Okay.
It would be better if you can go to a public place. Like, can you go? Well, hold on just a second. Let me see where he's at.
Okay. Alan, will you call Brian Quinones and tell him what's going on, please? He's a doctor. He can come meet us. You have it, Brooke?
What is he heard?
Who's that? No. Brian Quinones is an ER doctor and a best friend of ours. You said stay in a public place? Hello?
Where are you at right now, ma'am? What are you near?
I'm Pine Tree Boulevard and 319 where Senior Life is.
Okay. Can you pull into Senior Life?
I can.
Or don't do that. Pull into one of the gas stations because you might be less likely to experience the service when there's people around. Which gas station are you going to pull into?
The BP.
Suzy Q's? Okay.
No, the BP.
Yes, ma'am. Suzy Q's now?
No.
Yeah.
No. We're Senior Life. We're right across from Senior Life.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's the BP station, and it's not a Suzy Q's. It's just BP gas. I'm on the phone with the police, Alan. They're telling me to go to the BP, and she's pulling in right behind me.
That's fine. Just leave your windows up and don't say anything to her.
Where is the police? Why am I?
They're on the way, ma'am. No, you need to stay stopped. I have a deputy en route to you, ma'am. If you keep driving, they're not going to be able to make contact. You just do not roll down your window and say anything to them. No, the complaint doesn't have her kids.
No, and she's pulling up in front of me. Yes. Oh, my God. She was right next to us, staring a hole through us, so I'm not staying still. I'm sorry. Gosh.
That's right. Get out of here. You could have a gun.
I know she probably does have a gun. I'm on the phone with the police telling me one thing and you're telling me another.
You're going to have to stay in one spot for the deputy to make contact with you. You can't go all over the city, so where are you going to be at?
She's looking right at us. I'm staying here.
The deputy said it's on the way to you. You have to sit in the phone.
I'm sorry, I can't hear it. The police. Hold on. So what?
Where is she at? Are you pulled into a parking space in the parking lot?
No, I'm at the gas station. First at the gas station. What is the ETA of your sheriff? She's got a gun with her, more than likely.
I'm clear that you're at the gas station. I'm asking you, are you parked in front of the store? Are you at a pump? Are you on the side of the building? Where are you parked at in the gas
station? I'm at a pump.
Okay, what pump number?
Pump.
What pump number?
Pump on number 20.
Okay.
Be blocking you from immediately.
No.
Then back up and drive into the police station at the gas station and pull into the gas station.
Well, that's what I'd like to do. You hear me?
Pull straight out and go. To the left.
I'm not going by her.
Go
Yeah.
You guys, when the cops get to the BP gas station,
then let me know.
You guys go pull in and you have some help.
Okay? Do you hear that? That's what we're doing.
You go to the BP gas station, and when they get there, you guys can drive in right next to the police car.
Ma'am? Ma'am, will you let me know when he's here?
Ma'am, the deputy is past of Magnolia Street on Frantic Boulevard. A deputy, ma'am, there should be a deputy pulling in.
Okay.
Do you see a deputy?
I don't. Not at the BP, ma'am. There's no deputy pulling in. We're at the BP across from Senior Life, and there is no deputy that's pulled in here yet.
Did the female leave?
Yes.
Okay. He's trying to make contact with her first, and then he's going to make contact with you at the BP.
Great. I'm staying at the BP. He's after her. Great.
Yes,
all right.
Police body cam footage shows Lindsay speaking to cops after the accusation.
So they called and said that you were following them and harassing them, and that's why.
That's not the truth. I was just trying to see where they were going to meet my kids, if I needed to call you to tell you it was the gas station or the house.
They were saying that you were following them, obviously, and that you got a gun, which isn't illegal. It doesn't
No, I don't.
It doesn't matter, though.
But I don't.
And
oh, my God.
yeah.
Oh,
so
You're
mother-in-law,
welcome to search my car.
something is... She's freaking out, apparently.
She's hypomanic. She has a mental issue. All three of the people in the car have a mental issue.
The stay-at-home mom argued that she was the first to dial 911 after she'd been denied access to her boys. After months of no incidents, Lindsay called 911 on July 16th to complain about being denied access to their private jet by Robert.
Hi there, we're having a domestic dispute.
Okay, what is your name?
Lindsay Shiver.
And what's going on?
It's my husband that is soon to be my ex. He is opening my car and I'm telling him not to. It's an aggressive behavior, and that's who he is. So we're having a fight this morning.
Okay, does he still live there?
Oh, yes, we still live under the same roof. It's awful.
What's his name?
Robert.
Okay, are you inside of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, so he's trying to get to you?
Yes.
Does he have any weapons?
Yes.
On him right now?
In his truck that are right outside.
Okay, what's in his truck?
I'm not sure exactly what it is. I know it's some kind of pistol.
Okay, where is he at right now?
He's just walked inside to be with my son. So I'm about to lock my car and then go grab my child. This man is cocky, full of himself, thinks he knows the law, so just tell whoever shows up to be prepared. You ready? Is there anything that can be done with a domestic dispute?
We have units on the way to you. Where is he at right now? What's he doing now?
I have no idea, just walking through the house.
Okay, so he's not trying to argue anymore?
No, of course not. He knows I called you.
Have you guys had issues like this before?
Oh, yes, we have. Yeah, of course he's nowhere to be found right now.
Okay, do you think that he left? Is his vehicle still there?
His vehicle's still here. But I do have my son inside, so my son's not in danger. It's just me. That's the problem for him. You want me to get him outside?
Ma'am?
Do you want me to get him outside?
Get who outside?
My husband, for when the police arrive.
Okay, they're going to make contact with you whenever they get there.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Do you know where he's at right now?
I don't.
Okay.
Just somewhere inside.
Okay. Do you know what made him upset this morning? What started it?
Yes, we were having a fight about our travel plans this morning. We're supposed to be leaving in an hour. Oh, they're passing my house right now.
The unit's past the house?
Yeah, there's one that's pulling in, though.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect and let you go make contact with them then, okay?
Okay, appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
This morning, we have travel plans to leave, and he's insisting that I don't go.
Okay, so what's going on this morning?
So for the last 3 weeks, maybe longer, she's had her couples trip planned with her boyfriend to go to Key West.
Okay, but she just said you're going.
That was to Key West. I'm taking my kids, my 3 boys, to the Bahamas this morning.
Our kids.
our kids. Yesterday, she sent a message saying that she's going to change her plans and now get on the airplane with me and the kids to go to the Bahamas.
But I understand, by the way.
When we land, she's going to go to her boyfriend.
Elsewhere.
And me and the kids are going to our house.
This call brought her relationship with 28-year-old Terrence Bethel to light, and that trip would change everything for Lindsay. While in the Bahamas, she was arrested and charged with plotting her husband's murder, alongside her Bahamian lover and Farron Newbold, an alleged accomplice. This accusation emerged from a police investigation into a break-in at a bar where Bethel was employed, which led to the discovery of incriminating text messages. These messages implied Lindsay's involvement in orchestrating the crime, something she strongly denies. Prosecutors claim she used WhatsApp to coordinate the plot, as evidenced by a message containing Robert's photo accompanied by the instruction, "Kill him." Despite the severity of the charges, the woman was released on $100,000 bail, albeit with a GPS monitor, after enduring grim conditions in the notorious Fox Hill prison. Remarkably, she retained a $6,000 Cartier bracelet throughout her imprisonment because authorities couldn't find the lock to remove it. Lindsay appeared in court, noticeably without her wedding ring, for charges of conspiracy to commit murder alongside her co-accused. The trio potentially faces 30 to 60 years in prison. She smiled and whispered to the men as they sat in a caged dock. As the investigation into the alleged murder plot unfolded, law enforcement officials delved into the couple's past, searching for motives and evidence. Lindsay has reportedly been traveling between Georgia and the Caribbean to visit Bethel, a barman, despite her family's pleas to end the affair. Her obsession with the 28-year-old escalated even after her husband discovered the relationship. And according to Robert, it wasn't the first instance of infidelity. Currently, Lindsay remains in Nassau, barred from leaving, and confronts the prospect of a significant prison term if found guilty. Meanwhile, Bethel publicly stated his love for Lindsay and suggested that her marriage was troubled before he became involved. The community of Thomasville reacted with a mix of shock and disbelief. The Shivers, known in the community for their social standing and Robert's business success, became the center of local gossip and speculation. Of course, the couple's 3 young sons were caught in the crossfire of these events, adding a layer of concern and sympathy from the community. In the legal proceedings that followed, the divorce and custody battle became increasingly contentious. Lindsay's defense centered around her refutation of the allegations, painting a picture of a troubled marriage marred by issues far different from the public persona they had maintained. The case is ongoing, and new developments and evidence continue to emerge. A Florida woman frantically called for help when a man stole her car with her toddler inside.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
71 Gateway.
850 West Gateway? By 95? You're by 95 and High Ridge Road? Okay. Tell me exactly what happened. What?
At the gas station.
Okay, what's happening at the gas station, ma'am?
Somebody took my car. Somebody is in my car.
Okay, how long ago did this happen?
Yeah.
Ma'am, talk to me. How long ago did this happen? Ma'am, are you talking to an officer or... Ma'am, how long ago did this happen? Just occurred. Ma'am, I need you to talk to me.
What happened?
She's talking to somebody. I don't know who she's talking to. Ma'am.
What is...
Ma'am. Hello?
Black.
Ma'am, are you talking to me or somebody else?
I need the police. I need the cops.
Yes, ma'am. How long ago did this happen?
Oh, my God. 5 minutes.
Okay. And did you see who... Okay, somebody else is on the phone.
No.
Are you talking to... Okay. Are you talking to an officer? Okay. Which way did the vehicle go?
A what?
Which way did the vehicle go?
I don't know. Probably...
Towards 95, she believes south. Did you see the direction it went on 95?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see it go south? She saw it go south on I-95.
Oh, okay, your black Kia Sportage. Do you know the year or the tag? Okay, ma'am. We have most. Okay, ma'am. We have all the police officers are en route. Okay, the person that took your vehicle. Did you see what he looked like?
Probably like a.
Okay. Okay, and how old is your baby? 2-year-old male? Okay, we have an officer pulling up. Do you see the officer? What? Wave the officer down, ma'am.
The early morning incident happened at a Mobile gas station. The mother had attempted to pay at the pump, but the system wasn't working, so she went to the convenience store to pay for the gas. Her 2-year-old toddler was asleep in her SUV, and when she came out, her car was gone. A man, whose photo was caught on a surveillance camera, climbed into her vehicle and drove to Boca Raton. He eventually drops the child to a hotel guest at the Residence Inn. The child was safe and unharmed, and the SUV was found abandoned near the town center mall. 33-year-old Amadis Hernandez was arrested and charged with kidnapping, grand theft of a motor vehicle, and grand theft. Hernandez remains behind bars without bond. On April 30th, 2023, the Las Vegas Police Department received possibly one of the strangest calls. Because of its bizarre content and the body cam video that followed, the story soon went viral.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Okay, lady. Me, my dad, and my brother, we're working on a truck in our backyard, and we have a big lot outside, right? Correct?
Okay.
We were working, and we just see in a corner of our eye something fall down from the sky, and it was with lights, and when it hit down, it was like a big impact, and we felt it. We felt like an energy, and then we hear like a lot of footsteps near us, and then we have a big equipment, and we see, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
In response to the family's call, the police installed high-tech surveillance cameras on their roof to deter intruders. The body cam footage showing the officer's nervousness went viral.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Hey, this might sound like a really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky? We got a call, and one of my partners actually said that they saw it too. So, like, if you see any, like, little, well, not little in this case. They're claiming 8 to 9 foot tall green beings that were in their backyard. Sounds crazy, but you never know.
After the incident gained attention, the Gomez family faced trespassing issues with UFO enthusiasts and others entering their property. Feeling threatened and anxious, they armed themselves and went into lockdown. They also received threats from people accusing them of staging a hoax. The 16-year-old son, Angel Gomez, posted a YouTube video detailing the encounter. He described hearing something fall from the sky and seeing a bright light followed by a large impact.
When I tried to look at the object, it was all blurry, not my vision, but only the backyard area. Here's a Ring camera video. You could hear the bang. This is around the neighborhood, so here's the video.
They hired attorney Sam Haidari to potentially sue trespassers. Haidari warned that the family is armed and might act in self-defense against intruders. He also mentioned that people had attempted to enter the property by climbing walls and sending drones. Robert Lunsford from the American Meteor Society identified the green light seen on police body cam footage as a large meteor, explaining its brightness and brief appearance in the sky. 2 months after the family's report, there was another sighting over Las Vegas. This time, 2 circular and interlocking beams of light were observed and filmed, hovering in the sky for about 20 minutes. The Las Vegas Police Department eventually closed the case. For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.